Well, I don't know. I'm gonna guess we're not starting out too good today. Nope. Yep, took a spill right here. So that's how tonight's gonna go. Well, in case you haven't noticed already, we got our first snowfall of the year. Got the snowmobile out, the old John Deere snowmobile. We messed around with the four-wheeler a little bit. I would have liked to do that a little tonight, but I just don't have time. Let's see if I can fall again. Safe. Today's task is we need to be working on the John Deere again. It's been sitting in the shop here. We ordered some parts. We got some stuff much needed, and it really smells like gas in here. Something's leaking out of it all of a sudden. It didn't do that before, so I gotta kind of dig into that and see what's leaking. But one thing at a time. I need to test that tube because I did not order a new tube, so I'm hoping this one's okay, because if it's not, then I gotta try and find one. So we got the new tire, we got the new voltage regulator right here, and I know I gotta change oil and do some other stuff, grease some stuff, and probably top off the hydraulic fluid. And I think there's something else that I'm missing, but I can't think of it right now. Oh, and get a battery. Now that I'm wet and cold, we can turn the heat on in here. Looks to me like it's a match. As near as I can tell, it looks identical. Got the little ground wire, whatever that's supposed to be, on the side there. Bracket looks the same. You got 3 screws on the other side. Looks the same. I think for this, we'll just do it the easy way. That's better. Well, hopefully that takes care of that problem. It's the old one. The old one actually looked really burnt and stuff on the bottom, so I don't know. We got the manual for it as well, so we'll go through that. I tested the tube with some soapy water. I still, to this point, do not see anything. So I'm hoping there's no leaks. Pretty sure this is gonna be a treat trying to get this tire on, because it's like, I don't know if it's the way they had it packaged or what. It showed up at my door just like this, plain tire. But they had it like really crushed along that one side. You can tell it's not even. And here it gets better. I don't know. Could be fun. You can see what I'm talking about there, kind of. Probably should have just got 2 new tires, but I want to start by at least getting this oil drained out. That way we can do oh my goodness. Yep. Gonna need a breaker bar on that. Well, it took a big breaker bar, but it's broke loose now. The trick is to do this without getting oil on your fingers. See how good I am. Well, I failed. I almost had it, but it skipped a thread and didn't come out right away. Yeah, it's time to be changed. I managed to get the one side of the tire over the rim of the wheel. So now I just got to get the tube in there and put the other side on and get the rest of it over. And like I said, it's going to be weird because of this side kind of being crushed from however they had it packaged before. You're not really thrilled, are you? No. Yeah, I know. I don't really think we should be out here anymore. I mean, we gotta get this stuff done though.
Yeah, but it's getting late. It's like 5:30.
Yeah, but well, we gotta get all this stuff done. This tractor needs to come out of the shop. Okay, or don't say anything now. All right, how about this? How about you let me get the tube in here? And maybe try, no, you don't even want me to do that? Well, I'm gonna try and do that, and then we will feed the animals and then go inside. Does that sound like a plan? How close can I get? I'm very, very close. Just have that little bit, the little edge over there. I think I'm just gonna quit while I'm ahead. I'm not really frustrated. It's been going kind of smooth, but I really want to take my time with it. I want to not pinch the tube because I don't want to have to do this all over again. Boy, it's hot in here now. I have the oil filter housing draining out at the moment. I didn't take the plug completely out. I need to get oil. I need to get an oil filter for it. And I want to look in the manual a little bit more and kind of see how far I'm going to take things. And for right now, we got the voltage regulator obviously finished, as you've seen, so we're headed in the right direction. Definitely. Slowly, but definitely. I'm gonna try and get this. I'm that close. So close. It's ready. The biggest key is to not take too big of a bite at one shot. There it goes. Beautiful. So now you can see what I'm talking about here from their packaging. Here the bead is pretty much up where we need to be, and then here, yeah, the tube will take care of that and filling it with air. And I think before we call it quits for the night, I'm just hoping I didn't pitch the tube anywhere, but I think what we're gonna do is I'm probably gonna throw some air in this up to pressure, get everything kind of seated where it needs to be, and we're gonna let it sit overnight before we, you know, put it back on the tractor at all and see what happens. Okay, it's like 2 days later. Pretty sure this thing held air. The bead popped out where it needed to be. Everything's even. Tire's good and even the whole way around. Should be good with that. We should be good to mount this back on the tractor. And the other things that I got, I ordered an oil filter that came. We got a battery and we got our oil. So then this thing, hopefully, if all else, if everything goes okay, I should say, we should have this thing out of the shop tonight, hopefully. I guess it doesn't look too terrible. It's definitely not as bad as this tire that is practically bald. So, new tire, old tire, you still see the tread lines. It's getting close. Probably should have just did this one at the same time, but this ultimately wasn't that hard. The hardest part of doing this was breaking the bead. That was the hardest part. Everything after that was relatively easy. I do want to go over everything and grease the ports, grease the grease arc fittings, and I have to change the oil filter yet, top it off, put the battery in, and I want to check the rear tire pressures as well. At that point though, we're gonna be pretty close. We're actually really close right now to being able to fire this thing up and get it out of the shop and get the next thing in here. I wonder how much of a mess I can make doing this. Should have gloves on. This doesn't look hateful, but definitely time. Oil filter, check. Oil plug, check. And the only thing left is the battery and to fill it up with oil. And then grease some stuff. And these are positive ground batteries. So you have to remember that. This is kind of what gets me a little bit. We do have the date on there. But you spend like $200 or more for a battery, and they can't put a handle on the thing. Oh, that's irritating. Battery's in, we're cruising right along here. I decided to pop the air cleaner off. And this isn't oil, this is 2+2 brake clean or carb cleaner, whatever you want to call it, gum cutter. But there was no oil in this, and it's supposed to have oil. So I'm gonna put some oil in that. I'm gonna let that cleaner sit in there a little. I don't know what we have to do as far as the screen, clean that, but yeah, I definitely gotta put oil in that. So I think in the meantime, I'm gonna put some oil in the crankcase, oil up the generator here, and grease some stuff. Greased a bunch of things, got the generator oiled up, dumped the whole gallon of oil in here so far. I'm waiting on another gallon. I read the manual wrong, so I'm getting more. And we wiped down the tractor a little bit, cleaned it up, you know, the best I could. So at this point, we're just waiting on topping off the rest of the oil. We'll fire it up, let it go through the filter housing, and then we'll pretty much be ready to probably top a little bit of the oil off, and then we'll be ready to pull this thing out of here. And this has been in here far too long as it is, but I waited to order parts for so long. I don't know why. Oil's topped off. I know we're gonna have to top some off after we run it for a second or two because of the filter canister needs to fill up. But we're gonna start it and make sure nothing leaks, and then top the oil off, and then we can pull this bad boy out of here. Oh, this door never gets any lighter. Okay, Neutral. Fuel gauge came on. I guess we'll choke it a little bit. A little bit of throttle. Oh yeah! Listen to her purr. Now when we rev it up, just gotta make sure, hopefully the amperage meter doesn't jump like crazy like it did before. Let this run a second. Oil's topped off. Let's get this thing out of here. Lights are good and bright. Oh yeah. Never gets old. Good. There you have it. John Deere 530 is done, fixed. Love it. There, you just can't beat that purr. Well, that's gonna do it for me and this video and this series. There's only a 2-part series, and this door is so heavy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the videos. I hope you enjoyed the series of fixing the John Deere 530. I had fun doing it. We neglected to do it sooner, but oh well, it's done. As always, be sure to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.